guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jay, and this is going to be a how I got pregnant on birth control video. So it may be a little TMI for some of my viewers. So if you want to just go ahead and skip forward, fast forward, whatever, just make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Just a little background, I already have 2 children. I am married. My son is going to be 3 August 10th, and my daughter is going to be 2 September 1st. I was almost certain after my daughter that I was done having kids. Me and my husband did not desire to have any more children after her. We thought we were done. We had our boy and our girl. They were close. We thought we were done. With my daughter, I ended up getting the IUD right after, and the IUD just did not work with my body. It works with some people, it just did not work with me. By the way, this is a different OB. This is not the same OB who put it in or delivered my kids. This is a totally different OB because after I got the IUD, I was for sure that I was done with having kids, so I never went back to my original OB. This was a different OB who was closer. He had an appointment to get me in fast, so I went with him. Literally walked in the office and he took it out just like that. Like, he didn't have no problem going in and finding it or anything like that. And I even asked him, like, was it still, where it was supposed to be? And he just said, yeah. Left out the room, and that was it. He didn't ask me like for a backup plan or anything, do I want to get on pills for now? He didn't ask me anything like that. And so I went around to the front desk and I was just like, is there a way you guys can like give me birth control or something? And they told me that they would have to schedule me for another appointment to come in and get reevaluated. Long story short, they told me my blood pressure was too high. They could not give me birth control, that I had to go see my my primary doctor. So my primary doctor schedules appointments out for like 3 months. Hold. So this whole time, we're using the pull-out method. I know it's not 100% guarantee, but that's what we were doing, and it was working for us. I was tracking my periods with the Flow apps. This is when it gets too much information, so if you want to go ahead and fast forward, you can. Just a disclaimer. So I started immediately tracking my periods, and I already have abnormal periods, meaning they don't come every month. They don't come when they're supposed to. There's no really sign to tell me like, hey, I'm getting ready to come, mess up your life, so get ready. I don't really have those symptoms or anything like that, and I've been like that since as long as I can remember having periods. But yeah, so I started tracking them, and for like a good 2-3 months, they were coming on time as the app predicted. If not the day of, then at least the next 2 days or whatnot, they would come. And so April comes around. I start April 9th, end April 13th. I'm thinking, it's a normal period, whatever. So I go about my life. I'm still not on birth control at this point. May comes, and I'm supposed to start my period like around May 13th, 14th. And it doesn't come. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait like another, day or two, because sometimes it comes, later than what the app says. So I waited like a day or two. So May 15th, my period still hadn't came. I took an over-the-counter first response pregnancy test, and it came back negative. So I waited a few more days after that. My period still didn't come. So I took I waited like a week after that, and my period still didn't come. So I took another test, and that test came back negative. So I scheduled an appointment with my primary doctor to go and get on birth control. I didn't think I was pregnant because, like I said, I took those 2 pregnancy tests before, and they both came back negative. May 24th, I go into my primary doctor. They give me a pregnancy test in office, and that comes back negative. And it's just a regular pee test. It's not any blood drawn or anything. He gave me the prescription for the birth control. So I went home, immediately got the birth control. Like I said, this is May 24th. I waited until May 27th to start taking the birth control. I did not have sexual intercourse from the time I left the doctor until the time I started taking the birth control. I had no sexual intercourse during that time. The day I started to take the birth control, I took my last first response test and it came back negative. Whew. But yeah, so it came back negative. And so I was like, cool, good, I can start on this birth control. So popped one around June, I think it was June 7th. It was the night of the NBA Finals. Go Raptors, woohoo! I'm not a Raptors fan, but I did not want Golden State to win. But it was the night of the NBA Finals. I was at my in-laws' house and, you know, we were all just sitting around watching the game or whatever. We ordered Chinese food. We ate. You know, I've ate at this Chinese food place before, so I didn't think nothing of it. Ate, got full, went home that night. In the middle of the night, I woke up and I started feeling so sick. Like, sick to the point to where I just wanted to just throw up my whole life. And I'm just like, I don't know if this is food poisoning. Like, it was just anything, like the smell of food, the thought of food, like the sight of food. Like, I couldn't hold down water. I couldn't hold down 7-Up. I couldn't hold down ginger ale. People were telling me to eat like crackers and soup. I couldn't hold anything down, like nothing at all. From the 7th all the way up until today's the 25th, so probably like the 23rd. I couldn't hold anything down from the 7th all the way to the 23rd. Like I said, I'm thinking it's just a stomach virus because later the next day, we go back to my in-laws' house and my mother-in-law says she was feeling sick after she ate the food. And then my nephew said he was feeling sick after he ate the food. And then my sister-in-law said she was feeling a little sick after she ate the food. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it was just like food poisoning or just like, you know, something. But then my kids didn't get sick and my husband didn't get sick and they all ate the same food too. So fast forward to this past Saturday. I don't know the date, I'm sorry. I will insert it down here somewhere when I get it. But so this Saturday, I woke up and I was just like, you know, my husband was like, babe, you need to go to like the ER or something because, you know, you're not getting better. And he was just like, I think he was more scared than anything because I just was not getting better and I couldn't keep anything down and I was always throwing up and just so sick, just laying in the bed all day, all night, like. And I think he was like really worried, like, okay, like a stomach virus, you know, goes on for a couple of days. Like it's been, you know, 2 weeks. Like we need to get up and get you to a hospital at this point. So he took me into an urgent care and luckily I was the first one. So it was really fast. I'm in the doctor's and they're asking me like, what are my symptoms and all this kind of stuff. They're asking me, do I think I'm pregnant? And I'm telling them like, here, I'm taking this birth control. You guys can see like every day that I took it, like I'm taking birth control. I'm on birth control like actively. I was like, I've taken home pregnancy tests and they've came back negative. I was like, I went into the doctor when I got the birth control. I told them the dates and all that. And they were just like, okay, well, we're just going to be on the safe side and we're going to run a test. And so I said, okay. So I'm sitting in the room and I'm waiting. And then the actual doctor, because it was the nurse at first that was asking all these questions. So the actual doctor comes in and he's like, hey, how are you? And he has like this biggest smile on his face or whatever. Like, and so I'm like, I'm doing, you know, really good. I'm hoping to hear some good news, you know. And he was like, okay, well, you know, tell me what's been going on. So I run down the list of things with him too. And he's like, okay, well, the test did come back positive. And like he displayed this ginormous smile as if he was like, as if he was my husband and he was happy for us, like. And I just remember looking at him like, and then I just see his face go from like to no, like. And he's like, I take it that's not what you wanted to hear. And I just started bawling. I couldn't even talk at this point. I'm just like, yeah, you know, and he's giving me tissue like, it's okay, it's okay. He's like, so this is not, I'm taking it, this is not what you wanted to hear. And I'm just like, no. I was like, I'm on birth control. Like, I just gave you my birth control. I'm like, I don't want any more kids. And he's like, oh, so you have kids. And I'm just like, this man is just not getting it. Like, and it wasn't his fault at all. Like, I felt so bad after. It wasn't his fault. I was just in disbelief, you know, because like I said, me and my husband, we were not desiring to have another child. I called my husband and I'm just like, babe, I'm done. And he's like, all right, you know, we're just like right across the parking lot, at Jack in the Box, you know, eating with the kids. And so I was like, okay, you know, don't come, I'll come to you guys. And so I didn't even want to look at my husband. Whew. I didn't even want to look at him, let alone tell him that I was pregnant. And so he kind of seen it in my face. He kind of seen that I was like crying or whatever. So he's like, what they say? And I just shook my head. Like, I couldn't. I just couldn't get it out. And I'm just like, I just shook my head. And he was like, what they say? And I was just like, I'm pregnant. And I just said it like, I was so mad when I said it, like, I'm pregnant. And he was just like, nuh-uh, for real? And I was just like, yes. He was like, you're lying. You lying. Let me go in here. And we're at Jack in the Box, and we have a family member that works at Jack in the Box. And so he's like, let me go in here and talk to so-and-so. And I'm just like, no, like, don't go tell people. We get in the car, and he's just like, dang, you pregnant? He's like, I knew you was pregnant. He's like, I was telling everybody yesterday that you was pregnant. I think he set me up. Let me know what you guys think, because I think this was a setup. Sorry, my battery's dying. But he tells his mom and he tells his brother and he tells his sister, you know, and they're all, you know, they're all excited and happy and woo, you know. And then my husband does something that's so annoying. He gets on Facebook. Well, let me not say he. Someone gets on his Facebook and blurts out, me and my wife are expecting baby number 3. And I get 3 messages, like, back to back, like, boom, boom, boom. One of them was, you know, from one of my friends saying congratulations. But yeah, so I'm like, congratulations? Like, and I'm asking all of them, like, congratulations for what? Like, what do you mean? And they're just like, you're pregnant. And I'm just like, first of all, I just found out like an hour ago. So how do you guys know? Like, you guys were not in the doctor's office with me, I don't think. Like, I'm pretty sure I was the only one in there at the time. They tell me, oh, your husband posted this status on Facebook. And I'm just like, oh, God. And I asked one of them to screenshot what he posted and send it to me. And my husband swears up and down that somebody hacked his Facebook and posted that. But I'm just like, who would have posted it that fast? We didn't tell anyone. Besides your mom, your brother, and your sister, and they don't have access to your Facebook. So I'm just like, who would have posted it? And then I'm reading the status that he posted. My husband definitely posted that status. Like, there's no way he can lie to me and tell me that he didn't and somebody hacked his Facebook. Okay. He posted that. And that's pretty much the gist of how I got pregnant and how I found out and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I thought it was a simple stomach virus, but it ended up turning into be this. So that's my pregnancy story. That's my introduction video. I'm going to try to do weekly pregnancy updates. If not, then they'll probably be like every 2 weeks to a month. Like I said, I do have 2 other children and a husband that's on vacation right now. And I'm trying to spend as much time with him as I can on his vacation. Because when he's back in school, it's like school, football, work. Like school, football, work. And so we don't really get to spend that much time during football season together. So I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with him and my other 2 kids before I get all big and he goes back to work and it just be all on me. I tracked it from my last period because that's normally what they ask you. They ask you to go by your last period. So if I tracked it right by my last period, which was April 19th through April 13th, then currently I think I am 11 weeks actually today. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the description box below of anything you want to know. I'm going to be doing a Q&A, so send me questions through Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter. I'll go ahead and link all my social medias. You can also leave me a comments down below of any questions that you may have. Give me feedback, positive words, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and show you my pregnancy bump, even though it's not really a bump, but that's going to be how I end this video. So